Hey everyone, let me bring you some update. Oil prices just jumped again today, smashing through $111 a barrel. 7 straight days of increases, 7 days. How much more of this are we supposed to take? The Strait of Hormuz has been almost completely shut down for 9 long, painful weeks now. 20% of the world oil supplies is stuck because of this conflict with Iran. Ships are sitting idle, fuels are getting harder to find, and prices keep climbing with no end in sight. This is not a minor problem. This is a full-blown global energy crisis, and it's getting worse by the day. And just when you think it can't get more ridiculous, today, the United Arab Emirates announced they're leaving OPEC completely starting this Friday. That's right, one of the biggest oil producers is walking out the door. Let me explain what OPEC actually is so you can understand how serious this is. OPEC stands for Organizations of Petroleum Export Countries. It was formed back in 1960 in Baghdad. The original 5 countries were Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and Venezuela. The United Arab Emirates joined in 1967. These countries created this group for one main reason, is to control how much oil gets pumped out of the ground. They work together like a cartel to decide production levels so they can keep prices high and protect their own profits. When OPEC cut productions, prices go up. When they increase it, price can come down. For over 60 years, they held enormous power over the global economy. Now the UAE is done playing by those rules. They say they want to focus on their own national interests and produce as much oil as they want without being held back. This is a massive blow to OPEC power. But here's what should make you furious. Even with this major news, oil prices are still going up today. Why? Because the real problem is that blocked strait, and nobody had been able to fix it for 2 full months. Here in the United States, the average price for regular gas is now $4.17 a gallon. In California and other states, many of you are already paying $5, $6 or even higher. Every time you pull up to the gas pump, you're paying the price for these failures. Your hard-earned money is disappearing faster and faster. And for what? But let me be very clear. Americans are not the ones suffering the most. The Philippines has already declared a national energy emergency. The gas stations are running dry. People are waiting in long lines for fuels that may not even there. India is forced to start rationing fuels in certain areas. Japan and South Korea, 2 of the world's biggest oil importers, are burning through their emergency reserves at an alarming rate. They're telling factories to slow down and people to cut back on everything. Parts of Europe are shortening work weeks and begging business to reduce operations. This is not just expensive gas. This is entire economy starting to break down. This crisis is completely unacceptable. 9 weeks of chaos and still no clear solution. Leaders are talking, making proposals, holding meetings, but the strait remain blocked and price keeps rising. How long are we supposed to wait while regular families and businesses suffer? Here are 5 hard truths you need to hear right now. First, experts are saying that even if they reach some agreements tomorrow, it could take 3 to 4 months to clear the massive backlogs of ships and get oil flowing normally again through that strait. 3 to 4 months. Second, this oil shocks is already pushing inflation higher across the board. When fuel get this expensive, the cost of transporting food, goods, and materials go up. That means higher prices for groceries, clothes, medicine, everything you buy. You are going to feel this pain far beyond gas stations. Third, government around the world are quietly pulling out emergency energy plans they haven't used since 1970. That should tell you exactly how dangerous this situation has become. Fourth, while working families are struggling to pay for gas and higher prices at the store, big corporations and wealthy investors are already protecting themselves and positioning to profit from this crisis. That's the realities we're living in. Fifth, the longer this goes on, the higher is the chance that more countries will start fighting over whatever limited oil supplies are still available. This could get a lot uglier before it gets better. This is outrageous. This is ridiculous. We should not be forced to live like this. Our daily lives, our budgets, our businesses are all being crushed because one critical waterways was being blocked for 9 weeks with no real solution. The situation is urgent. Prices are still climbing. Supplies are getting tighter. And nobody is giving us clear timelines for when this nightmare will finally end. Look, I will continue to follow every single development in this talk because this affects every single one of us. Your wallet is under attack. Your futures is under attack. This is the harsh realities we're all facing right now.